Hello guys, it's Wednesday evening, Wednesday afternoon, and we all know what happens for Flames of War fans. It's our Chatting with Friends channel debuting right now with episode 25. Hello to everybody who's watching us. We will be a little bit waiting for our good friends to join in, for Christian and Lud. They are currently working on getting themselves ready and on time, on schedule with everything. Until then, we'll be just waiting for them right here. So guys, how's everything with you? How have you been? Hello Patrick, and saying hello to everybody in the community, everybody watching us. I'm just very happy to be again here on my regular Wednesday live stream. How's life with you guys, and how's everything, and especially how do you manage the new change in COVID thing? It seems like the pandemic is coming back to us. It looks like things are going back towards shutting down businesses and shutting down probably public events and things like this. We know we had this great event in Denmark last weekend on Saturday, and I can't wait to see what Christian has to send us. Yes, we're already communicating on WhatsApp, and he's texting me right now. He's going to send me some nice videos. We're sorry that we're being like, not very prepared for this, but we all have our daily lives. We don't live from YouTube, so basically this is a hobby thing for us, and please forgive our lateness. I would like to talk about this right here. This is our new channel logo. It was made by friends of Christian, to whom I thank very, very much. It's very nice, and I hope you guys also like it. Now, just to take things into what's going on and what happened for me lately. Mail is perfect. What happened with me was, for example, this Saturday, I went back to Andre's place, and we just hammered it down again, playing Russians and testing out to see how the Russian lists play out, and how we can par with them. I was playing an SS 9th best and infantry list with some 88s, fearless 88s, and also, and now we have the guys coming in. Let's see who's here. We got
Hello.
we got one of our guys, Lud. Hello Lud. I will just put you in because now people can see us, and that's very, very nice. I told the guys that sometimes life happens, and we need to take care of that first. I was just telling the chat right now and telling everybody how I've spent my Saturday. So I went to Andre's place, and we just shoved around another match of Russian T-35, T-3485. I mean the forward detachment, which seems to be his preferred formation. And I went with some SS infantry just to try and stop him. And also I had an SS Panzer IV formation, trying to keep the T-34s at bay. But guess what happened? I got totally crushed and owned. I was just able to destroy his T-70 formation. So we're getting back on track. We're also waiting for Christian. Christian is trying to upload or trying to send me some of the videos he took at the at the event. I also have some of them on WhatsApp, and I think I can download them from there just to have them here. And the idea is we will be talking about things and things. How was your Saturday, Lud? How was your
Oh,
weekend?
my weekend. I just took it easy. I'm having a bit of a stressful time at work right now.
All right.
Trying to get I'm trying to study for a certification.
Okay.
So just taking it easy,
Mm-hmm.
relaxing. To be honest, I don't even remember what I did on Saturday. I'm kind of going like right now.
Yeah.
It I yeah I came home like maybe an hour ago.
All right.
Just about managed to squeeze in a workout at the gym, and after work, grab some food, took the dog out. Now I'm here. So
Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. And thank you very much for being with us.
hey, no worries.
It's great to have you guys during the stream, because otherwise it's a bit like talking to the walls. it's not
Oh, really?
it's not fun at all. Alrighty, so basically you haven't played anything yet.
Nope. I'm going to have a busy next week though.
All right.
It's gonna be Flames of War on Tuesday, and hopefully some bolt action on Wednesday. So next week will be busy hobby wise, and
Nice.
good so because next month might be a bit tight since we're going to be moving next month.
Alrighty,
So
finally, because I know you
yep,
told me that you're preparing to move to a new place
yeah,
where where.
the builders told us that the well, I mean, we got the good news that the house and the apartment are ready a month in advance. It's cool to get in a bit earlier, but then again, when you scheduled everything for December and then they go like you're 1 month early.
That I think only happens in Finland. Here, I'm still waiting for. I'm also. I have a house under construction, and I was waiting for a plumber's team to come and do all the sanitaries,
Mm.
inside the house. And I'm waiting for like a price offer for like 2 months already, and I'm like, what's taking you 2 months to send me the offer? I mean,
That's weird because if at least how I understand business is that when somebody is offering you money, you want to answer it.
yeah,
But I don't. Yeah.
exactly. This
I,
is
I mean, I don't know. Romanian business might be different from.
No, it's not. It's not, because it's the same with me. If I have a client that asks me for an advice, for example, or for
Yep.
a price tag, I'm just there and I tell him the price tag in like at least 1 day or 2 days. Maybe it takes some
Yep.
time to consider, but that's a maximum. I see we got Christian with us. Hello, Mr. Christian. We don't hear you yet, but I'm sure
What about now?
That's bad.
Can you hear
Oh,
me now?
that's bad.
that's
Yeah,
good.
it's a lot better now.
It's good now, yeah.
Good now. Okay, good. Uh, so
Perfect.
are we live? Are we live?
Yeah, we're already
Yep.
live. So if you want to say anything that shouldn't be said, keep it for yourself. And other than that, so you were the one we are all been waiting for, because
Yep.
we know you had a lot of fun this weekend, and we want everything with details and all that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the dirty details.
all the
I'm
dirty
just
details.
I'm just linking the video on Facebook because just give me a second.
Yeah, just send me the files, and I will just put it inside what we
The,
use to be our editor.
the thing is, Gio, I can't send them through mail because they are too big. So I'll see if I can send you a link or something.
Yeah, a link will be just good.
Yeah, so just while you guys are waiting for Christian to get ready, Christian had a tournament on Saturday, and he's about to tell us all the cool stuff about it.
Everything with
Since it's pretty much the only tournament in Europe that has happened
since like
during the last 6 months,
yeah, exactly.
because everybody cancels fun. I'm just waiting for someone to announce that Christmas is canceled for this year, you know?
Well, they should do
They would
that.
just be like, not this year.
They should do that if you consider some things, like for example, here we have restaurants shutting down once again.
Yep, same here.
So
Well,
basically,
not shutting. They're not shutting down, but they're. I mean, I think in Helsinki they're not allowed to be open after midnight, so that kind of takes away the point to go out.
exactly. And there's a lot of things. There's a lot of discussions because this COVID thing. Everybody's getting hit by it, and yeah, this is how it goes. Patrick, I see you are in the chat. Tell us how was your weekend? Did you play anything? Just to interact with you guys. It will take some time until it gets to you, and then comes back to us. But let's see. And if somebody in the chat, if you did anything in Flames of War and you liked it, just tell us in the chat, and we're gonna go and discuss a little bit about it if you want. If you want to tell us
And
the
it doesn't
story
have
of
to be Flames of War as long as we can like talk about it in public, I guess.
yeah, good point. Exactly. So I told the guys and Lud Christian that this weekend I got my ass kicked again by T-34 85s, and it looks like it's going to be something that will happen for the near future. And I'm just coming back to the previous idea I had, and my point was that the Bagration Russian book is not as strong as people intended it to be. But I'm biting my tongue now because I haven't managed to win. I haven't managed to win anything until now against the Russian Bagration book, and I've been playing my Churchill list, and I've been playing some SS defensive lists with infantry and panzer force, and yeah, we shall see how it goes. Do you guys hear me all right?
Yeah. I just sent you the links to you. It's just sorry guys for all the technical stuff. We do this in our spare time, and I had to finish some stuff before I could go live. But I'm just sending Theodore some links for the videos I filmed at the event for me to be able to remember all the stuff I did. And then at one point I will share my screen, and we'll see a lot of pictures from the event.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it, actually, Christian. If you want to share your screen, we all be able to see the pictures, and you can present the pictures yourself.
Yeah, but it's just the videos here. I think I'm sending you the links, and it should work to you.
Yeah, I have it. I have it right now. Hello, Benjamin. So yeah, I'm having this. I'm just looking at it. The last round. You need to explain everything. It looks really nice. You had a really nice tables. I can see that woolly mat, or what is it called? The one where you have the
Yeah,
haystack.
the furry mat. It's Helios mat, and it's actually something he bought from the US, I think, from a page over there. It gives like yeah, I don't know. It's another aesthetic added to the game. So
at least you don't have to have the good old doormats as fields every time.
Yeah, but the doormats
Then again,
actually they do that does the job.
oh yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah. And the thing is,
I really like the doormats actually.
Yep.
yeah,
They're
it's very
super
cheap.
easy and cheap terrain.
Yeah, exactly. And one of my friends at one point he cut them so that the tanks fit inside, so you can take out the so you can take out parts of the cornfield, so to speak, and
Oh yeah.
place your models inside, which makes for great pictures.
Oh, so you're saying that you can put things inside?
Yeah, you can just use an X-Acto knife and then cut some space for your vehicles so they fit in.
Nice, nice.
All right, and then I'm sharing some pictures.
I don't understand why I cannot put this. So Chrome. I have a lot of Chrome windows open, but they don't seem to want to show this. But I will close some of them because maybe this is the reason. I will close this and then come back to this, do a new one, do a Flames of War thing, go back to OBS and
Ooh,
voila.
Søren's had a pretty awesome weekend. I'm jealous. Barbecues, beer, cognac, and painting minis. Oh yeah.
Oh, so Benjamin was at the tournament with you guys. I can
Yeah.
say, yeah, nice. Soren, I had barbecue myself, and I had my ass handed by Andre, who played again the forward detachment list with SMG HQ and T-34-85s, and he completely obliterated me. Yeah, so Hero Shock Rifle Company tournament victory. This is what you have to tell us about, Christian. So I will just open up the tab where you've sent me the movie.
Yeah.
I can see you've sent me a lot of. Right, so let's copy this one and see the first one. What's the order you want them to be in?
Oh, I don't know, mate. I think the first one that's 57 seconds is just me introducing the tables, I think.
All right, let's see which one is it. We don't know.
Just put them up and we'll watch them and then we can talk.
We see how it goes. So this one,
yeah,
it's 15 seconds. It has some voice, so I will just shut down. You want me to put in? So this is I think this is your Recon armor, your Universal Carriers list.
Yeah.
And you're pointing out what happened here. You want me to put in the
Yeah, just put in the audio. I don't know if it works when we're on Skype. I don't think so.
It should work. But it's very, 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 very silent. So.
Well, it doesn't matter. Just it's okay. I'll just talk you through it. But in this game, you remember back in the day, I said that I wanted to try and stress test my list. So my opponent in the other video, he went for an attack stance, and I took maneuver.
All right.
And the TO, he rolled one die to determine the battle plans for everybody, and we had to play Armored Fury, which is a very difficult mission.
It is.
And in this case, I'm defending. The objective is marked by the red base or stand, and there's another objective up there, and my objective is down there where I'm pointing. I started with all my carriers except one on the field, and my Achilles in ambush, and then my other every platoon was off table along with my crocodiles, I think. And he went straight up. This is game 3. He went straight up towards me and tried to assault me. But I had a lot of 50 cals, and I had some of my Daimlers on the board as well, all of my Daimlers. And the thing is, if you don't do a spearhead move with your Reggie towards the other objective, you'll lose in turn 2, because you can win from turn 1.
All right.
So if you don't protect that objective up there, and then the reserves are scattered in that faction, that they could come around the table. Sorry, the objective towards the rear of my
army
deployment. Yeah. So they could come in the left side corner, on the right side corner, or they can just come on a 5 and a 6 down in the square I have to defend in the middle of the table. But he rushed head up on me, and I daggered down a lot of his half tracks and used my Ares to destroy the infantry. But it was a lot of pew 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 without being able to do a firepower test of 5+. But in the end, I was pushing him so hard that he conceded, because 2 turns away and I would won, because I've destroyed all of his armor, and I was starting to push through all of his half tracks.
All right.
And if you go to the next video, I think
the next one is
here.
This one.
Yeah, this is against I think. No, this is the first one. Sorry.
So not this one. All right. Let me just put them all up, and you just decide which one of them you want to show.
You just show them all. But at the event, guys, we had a lot of talk about how to do social distancing and using only our own dice and only touching our own miniatures and sanitizing our hands at all times. Regarding masks, they are not something that you have to wear in Denmark. It's only in public transport and on restaurants. So if you keep your distancing, it's all right. And prior to the event, we had everybody, we asked for people to take a corona test, for them to have a negative test, so that they can join the event.
Oh, that's very good.
Yeah. And then we just, sanitized the areas where we have been sitting and stuff like that.
So now let me tell you what I have right here. So it's one video where you play against those shoe Panzers, the Panzer 470, or how are they called?
Yeah, that's against Helge. Yeah,
with tigers and Recon Company, I can see right here.
Yeah.
Let's see how it goes.
But this here is I think this is Helge's list. Yeah, our ETC captain's list. And I had to fight him. I think it was it's a dogfight, it's called, or the one where...
That's a nice mission. I like it.
The one where the reserves comes in the rear.
Yep. I think it's dogfight.
Yeah. No, dogfight is the one where it arrives scattered on your deployment area, like the old no retreat thing. And the other one is, I don't think it's dogfight, it's called another way, but it's the one where the reserves arrive on your opponent's edge, let's say. And I think it's one of the hardest missions to defend, actually.
But regarding this table we are watching right now on the screen, this is the table that won
the first one. The first one.
This one. Yeah, this one. The one with the river on. This
that's a nice one.
This table won the table competition.
Let's pause it and see how it looks. I see these are the hay fields that you can remove and put things, and put the tanks in the squares.
Yes, this one here, right here. And there's also
Nice.
some cloud fields and stuff. And the way the guy called Jens made it was solely from scratch. And he did the rivers with the resin and painted the bottom of the lake, sorry, the river, for it to look muddy. And that's why it gives the watery effect. And
Nice.
the way he made the forest is really nice because you can remove the trees,
Mm-hmm.
and they are placed in a socket so they don't tip over all the time. So you can just
Yep.
make room for them. And this table here is made by Benjamin, who's also in the chat. And this is actually made from I think he scratch built it himself and painted it. And it's based upon a Danish town from the 30s or 40s.
All right.
What it looked. But this table won, and we all voted for it, I think. And it
Yeah,
deserved to win.
Benjamin is saying in the chat that he's happy that he won, and he won just because he was doing the counting.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But if you go to the next video,
Is the one with some beers, and I can see this is not your list, I think, or is it your list? You have Shermans now in your list?
yeah, I have 3 Shermans, sorry, 2 Shermans and a Firefly.
All right, now we can see your list, and you're playing against some pack 43s, and we can have the list right here. Wow, really nice.
This list, yeah, let's see. This is my list, and it's not.
Wait. I need to look at it. I mean, you've put it on my screen. I need to take a look at it. Look how this list looks, man. I mean, okay, the universal carriers are not ready. The dingoes are not ready.
No. It's not completely finished. As I said, I painted them with 3 colors, so I'm able to participate. But the things that are done now actually is my Achilles, and I have taken some pictures of them because I did some final things during this week actually to finish them up. But I gave them some matte varnish during before this tournament, so they wouldn't get any battle damage.
All right.
But this is my list, and as you can see, I have the Achilles.
You have 4 Avries now?
Yeah, I have 4 Avries in the list, yeah. And I have 2
crocodiles.
Yeah, and then I have Joe for my Sherman platoon, and 1 fully upgraded paratrooper platoon.
All right,
and
so,
then
you have Joe Aikens also here.
Yeah.
Nice.
But the way I play him is always at the rear end of the fighting, you know, using the fact that he can reroll his hits. So I always stay on long range to protect myself from incoming fire. But the list worked pretty fine. I'm thinking about doing some small adjustments because I also have some light mortars or 3-inch mortars, and I'm thinking about finding 3 points and getting myself some 4.2-inch mortars because I could really use the 3+ firepower. I think the 4+ is too unreliable in the game, especially against the park front where you have to reroll the firepower.
Exactly. Yeah.
But that's where the average come into the picture. But this game here, if you just play the video, in this game we had to play Breakthrough.
All right.
And what I chose to have in reserve was actually just my paratroopers and 1 carrier platoon, because I was placing the objective, you know, near the middle of the board, so I can just go head up on that particular objective. And because I played against Jens, the guy with the beautiful table, and the way we played the map is that the terrain was a bit scarce on this table, so we played the railroad as being concealment, and then also bulletproof cover. So like a raised embankment. And that's what I'm pointing out here.
Nice. Yeah, this table looks much more like what we have at our store.
Yeah. Can you pause the video there?
Yes.
Or just go back a little bit,
Yeah.
perhaps? Or you can
Yeah.
pause on
We can see.
yeah,
We can see the entirety
list.
of the table right now. You want me to pause it on the list?
Yeah, just pause it on the list, and then we can talk about what he had. But the field there in the middle, sorry, the hill in the middle, next to the railroad, is where I placed the objective actually. The one nearest me, and then in the cornfield in the back, away from the house, I placed the other objective. So in the left side corner of his deployment area, I placed the objective, and then on the hill in the middle.
All right. So we can see his list. He has a reconnaissance company with reconnaissance platoon, armored panzer grenadier platoon, and one Puma, one 2-inch. Are these the mortar? No, these are the recon scouts, and then we have the mortar section. Hello, House of Angus. Good to have you with us, sir. Then the Pak 43s.
Yeah.
And then Pak front for the Pak 43s probably, and then
Yeah.
5 Panthers, right?
Yeah, yeah. And the thing was, it was easy for him to arrange the reserves by putting all the Panthers in reserve. But because I have so many 50 cals and Daimlers, I just rushed him up on personal, and he had a few teams in the houses that I just removed with my flamethrowers. I have 5 shots, so normally, even though his concealed guns are ground, there's a slight chance that I won't get a 6, but most of the time I get 1-6, and then he has to reroll his saves. But he should have placed differently, and I told Jens about how the arrows work prior to the game, because I hate playing like a gotcha.
Yeah,
but he weren't aware of how devastating they are.
He didn't
so
understand.
by him,
yeah.
No, but by him placing the cannons up on the hill and somewhere in the forest, because it's a pack front, so he can only ambush with only one gun. He placed the guns too far ahead or too close to my deployment zone, and his infantry was tucked away in the vehicles, which actually was a good idea because then they were protected against the arrows and the flamethrowers. But I simply just drove up close and personal with my arrows and removed one gun at a time with a bombardment. And then
Hello, Chris. Welcome to the channel.
Yeah, Chris. Hello and welcome to the channel. And Jens also. Thank you very much.
Jens, who's in the chat right now, is the guy I played against, and the guy who won the best table.
All right, Jens, congratulations, my friend. Very good to see your face on the stream right now, actually. This old fox probably played you because, listen, Christian, how do you play your flamethrower? Can you flame if you move more than 6 inches?
Well, it can shoot 15 centimeters. I play in centimeters, so you should be able to move.
But can you use the flamethrower if you move more?
If you move tactically, you can.
If you move tactically. So this is an old V3 rule that got stuck into my head, that you can only move 6 inches if you want to shoot with your flamethrower, right?
Well, I haven't read anything about that you can't move tactically 20 centimeters and then shoot.
I mean, we know you cannot move more than 10 inches and be able to assault. So
no, but I think it's old V3 that you could only move 6. Like it was 15 centimeters, then you could flame, wasn't it? Like with the vehicles.
Yes, something like that. I mean, this is what happened with me and Andrei. I think we messed up this rule. Basically, yeah, you can move the full tactical length of your vehicle, and then just use the fire spray, let's say. No such rule. Soren, thank you very much, Soren. I haven't checked it, so basically I was not bothering it. But Christian using the crocodiles probably would have had to know about this. Alrighty. Should we jump to the next one?
Yeah, just do that. Yeah.
Let's see. This one, it's your beautiful painted army, half painted army.
Half painted army, yeah. And Jens is gonna laugh now home at his computer because normally I have a saying that if you're in doubt whether your army is painted or not, it's not painted. So I went against my own mantra, you know, showing up with a half painted army.
Yeah.
But in my excuse, I am working on it for the ETC. But it's not, at least it has 3 colors on, so it's okay.
All right. All right.
And this game, next game, is this is actually the first game against Helge.
This is the Helge list, yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, he's also testing out a lot of stuff.
What is he using? Is he using Greyhounds?
Yeah, he's using the Greyhounds. But the thing is, if you take Defend and you look at the battle plans, you'll often get some really bad missions for the defender, especially like the one we talked about where his reserves comes in the rear, or arrives in the rear.
Exactly.
When I played against Helge, due to the fact that he's such a skilled player, we always joke about in the Danish ETC team that he's like it's like you go in and play a video game and you put the computer on hard or ultra or something like that.
Right.
Because in my opinion, he's the best player in Denmark, and but at this event, he went to test out a lot of stuff as well as I did. So what he did was that the things he had in reserve was his Vesps and his Tigers. They were actually regular Tigers, Wehrmacht Tigers, and then I think he had some recon also in reserve. Some alarm. Yes. Yeah, I think so. And then he obviously had the Pack 33s in ambush. And the most dangerous thing about this was that obviously he gets to pick table edge, and obviously he went for the side with the hill. So I knew that he was going to ambush me on the hill, and I placed my pre-ranged in marker on the hill, but he could deploy in such a manner on the hill so that he went under the template. And as you can see on the table, if you command that hill in the opposite side, that hill right there, it's difficult to see because of the furry stuff.
All right, yeah, this hill right here.
Yeah, you can actually shoot on the entire table.
Except for this, I mean, was this a forest right here with the 2 trees?
Let me see. If you no, not that hill. It was on the opposite side. Let's see when we zoom out. This is my side where you pause right now, and then if you play the video again and continue.
Yeah, but you have all the dices and everything on that side, so.
Yeah. But it's on the other side. This side is my deployment side that we're looking at right now, where you paused.
All right.
So if you play it again.
Yeah, let me just get the frame correctly. Yeah, this one.
Yeah. So if you can see where my template is at.
Yes.
That is his hill, and the cool thing about Helge's table here with the fairy mat gives like a real impression of some hilly terrain. But here the video shows it poorly. But the thing is, he can place his guns up there, and he can go, shoot and scoot and blitz up with his Panzer IV, Jagdpanzer IVs. And by doing that, he has a commanding view of the entire terrain. And as I'm moving forward, I might have some cornfield to hide in, but he is on a taller terrain, so I don't get any concealment.
Yes.
So the way I assaulted him or attacked him was that I had to stay on long range and try to bombard him away or smoke him up, and then slowly and purposely move forward. Because if I just drove up on close range, he would shoot away all of my areas right away, and he had his objective placed in such a manner that one of them were near the houses, so I had to safeguard my infantry to be able to assault them, and I also had to protect my areas. Otherwise, if you shot them away and killed my infantry, I wouldn't be able to remove them from the houses. So I had to slow play a lot, and I had to commit in turn 5, because in turn 4 he got his reserve and he got his tigers in my rear. Luckily, Joe Eakins shot one of them away, and he was a bit unlucky and rolled a 1 for morale.
That's how
So
it
always
goes.
yeah, so always bring your lucky card. But always remember, guys, if you're defending, place take the table edge where there's a hill. So I spent 4 turns, removing all of the threats before I could commit. And then in the end, I weren't able to push him away from the objective, so it ended up in a draw, and we played 3-3. But just to in Helios' defense, he only had to shoot away one array, and he would have won. Because I had a lot of vehicles in his deployment area, but only one unit within 20 centimeters of the objective, because the minefields were placed in the opposite side. So on his defensive area, it was on my right side.
So basically, you were afraid to assault him.
Yeah, because if I committed too aggressively, he would just have killed all of my dangerous stuff. He would have moved my arrays. He would have removed my Churchills, because he shot at me on long range, 2 pack 43s on each of my dangerous platoons. So without concealment, he hits me on 5s on long range. And if I had moved up closely,
but
on 4s,
why didn't you just smoke the hill?
I smoked the hill. I smoked it on
and
the
then
first turn.
move everything on.
Yeah,
so
but I had
blitz. So not blitz. Dash.
follow me. Yeah.
Dash absolutely everything, and then you have 2 Avres and you have crocodiles on the hill.
But the thing is, you must remember also that in this mission, he gets to have reserves from the first turn. So in the worst case scenario, he would have gotten his tigers on the first turn on the hill in my deployment area, shooting me from the rear with 2 tigers. So I had to keep my Achilles back. I had to keep my Shermans back, protecting my rear, meanwhile slowly moving forward. And then he didn't get reserves until turn 3. But what I found out was that in the future, I don't care about the minefields with my recon units or my areas. You have to do a little bit of YOLO, because they have a skill on 3+, so you can go through the minefields with your reconnaissance units
Exactly.
and with your areas. And what I can do for the next time is maybe put my infantry as tank riders on my Daimlers, and then move them through
Not
the
Daimlers,
minefield.
not Daimlers, but the universal carriers. I think they are the ones that can really do the job.
No,
Tell
because
me,
they only have a skill on 4+.
yes, but still, it's a 4+. It's decent enough, I think.
No, but not to go through the minefields to you. I want to go straight through the minefields on a 3+, with the average.
With the Daimlers, yeah. And
with the Daimlers and the average also, yeah.
Exactly.
But this is what happens, and we played at 3-3. But it could just as well have gone to Helge.
All right.
But in the end, I played to become second best in the tournament, even though because the thing was, what I chose against Helge was, I said defend, and he chose defend, and I won the roll-off. So he got a really shitty mission. Some mind games being played there. And I think if I had to defend against him,
so
maybe it had been a different scenario.
This is only because he just he knew you were going to want to probably defend, and this is why probably he chose to defend also, right?
No, he would also always try to go to defend with that list.
Yeah.
But the other games I picked maneuver, as I talked about last time. Then I think what we could do is that I will send you.
I have this another video right here that I've just started. I'll stop this one. This one is stop. This one is stop. This one is stop. I'm playing this one. I'm playing Smith. Oh, you're presenting the rooms right now. The venue,
Yeah.
actually. Nice. This looks like being the best table in the scenery right there. Sanitation and everything. You have sanitizers there, and yeah, really. Oh, you have a town map.
Yeah, so this is the venue, and then you can see we have a lot of space between the tables so that people can keep that distance. And this is actually one of our guys. You know, I told you last time that the entire Danish community in Jutland, where I live, they stepped up and helped out with everything, especially Benjamin and Morten Schmidt, that is also on the Danish HSC team. They basically just took over my concept from Midcon, and then just got people to come and play in Aarhus instead, where this location is, without all the 40k and AOS and stuff like that participating.
Yeah, I mean, this was really nice. This was really nice for the organization you had right there, and yeah, it looks really great. And I'm so sorry I was not able to come and to attend it because, hey, good reason to visit Denmark in the end. Why not?
Yeah. I'm sending you these pictures here, Theodore, you're getting now is with a link with all the pictures Benjamin took. Because to be frank, some of the guys that participated in the tournament, we had a cancellation because one of the guys had a lot of stomach pain on game day. So he arrived a bit later because he had to go to a checkup at the doctor to just confirm that he didn't have any, serious illness. And then we had another cancellation, a guy that simply just couldn't make it because when Midcon was cancelled before this tournament was arranged, he said yes to some other arrangement. So Morten Schmidt and Benjamin, they both sat out a few games for it to be an equal amount of players.
Right.
We did it as a Swiss for Axis and Allies, a blue and red tournament.
Very sporty on their behalf.
Yeah, and then the link I just sent you to on your mail.
Yeah. I'm downloading it right now.
Yeah, you can put up all the lovely pictures that that Benjamin took.
Yeah, we'll have them in the background running through. Tell me the list, my friend. Tell me the thing that everybody I think here on the channel wants to see and hear. How many Russian lists did you have right there?
There were one Russian list, and it was played by Anders.
Right.
Anders Greve.
Yeah.
And he's also on the Danish HTC team, and he won the entire thing.
All right.
With 18 small points and 2 big points. But his list, I can't remember exactly what he had, but he had some Valentines and some T70s, I think, and some Churchills, and a lot of artillery.
I mean, I don't know if you made the list public. I already have the list. One of our good friends already sent it to me. I know you put it on you put it on Facebook, right?
Yeah, he linked it on Facebook. What he played with.
Right. So he had a shock rifle company together with some T70s, and then yeah, Soren and Benjamin are saying that Rusk also played Russians.
Yes, yeah, Søren Rask, yeah, that's right. Sorry, Michael Rask, that's right, yeah.
And from what I understand, who did he play against? I mean, a Russian infantry for attacking, I think. I don't think he actually defended with that one. He had Panthers, he had Churchills, he had infantry, he had the smoke thing, and also he had What other things he had? I think he had the naval hero regiment or stuff like that. So basically, the infantry was the core thing to attack and to assault with.
Yeah, but you know what we found out was that what's he called? Mikhail Rask, the guy playing the other Russian list, he went all out. You know, we talked about last time being very aggressive with the Russians, but I think he committed too hard in some of the games, and that's why he lost all of his games.
What list did he play?
Let me see. I can try on Facebook to look up what we did. What he played. But yeah, he had some IS-2s, that's for sure. I remember something about some IS-2s.
Nice. You send me something very nice on WhatsApp.
Yeah, but this is the finished Achilles. But we can come back later. Get back later to that.
For sure. We need to come back later to this one. Now I just received confirmation I'll be playing against a defensive Russian list. One of my friends wants to build and wants to show us that the Russians can defend. I told him that I don't believe in that, and we shall see how it goes, if I was right or not. I mean, defending with the Fleet Plus to hit infantry, I think it's very, very, very hard to do it.
Yeah. But I have a picture because all of the guys were so Helge, he took pictures of all people's trays, so maybe we can see what's in his list. Let me see.
Soran already is leaking out information right here. He had T-34-85's company, IS-2s, and an infantry platoon. It's something that I would play. Although from what I tested out with my good friend Andrei, he never took those heavies, like for example the IS-2s or the Panthers, for serious. He just went for the Flame platoon, which I think it's absolutely mad and destroys everything because it's very, very big and it's hit on 3+. And it's just 2.5 points for one tank, which I think it's absolutely great. I mean, even if you upgrade them to T-34-85s, they become even better with the AT-12 and they lose overworked. And yeah, I think that's the best tank at the moment in the current meta. I don't know how you guys played it and if you had any T-34-85s, I mean any flame tanks, T-34s, but I think that's the meta right now.
Could you put up all the pictures that Benjamin took?
Yeah, I just have them right now, right here. Let's see. Let's see how I'm going to do that, because last time when I put it up, all right. So we're gonna do it like this.
But meanwhile, you're doing the technical stuff too. I can say to the guys that what really, were a big deal or big thing at the event was that there were brought so many Panthers. The SS Panthers were brought, and the guy who became the best German player, he had 5 Panthers, I think, in a platoon, because it's, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, 44 points. So it's an easy reserve to have. And I think he managed quite well with those Panthers, especially because if he took defend each time, I think
he just had one platoon of Panthers showing up.
Yeah, and it's easy for him in most of the through battle plans. If you take defense and the opponent chooses attacker, you'll get a lot of missions where you'll have immediate reserves.
Right, so I've just started to show the pictures with all the tables and everything, and they look absolutely great. I just wonder where do you guys get all this terrain? I mean, Jensen, I understood he did this terrain, this table all by himself.
Yeah, he made the table by himself. Yeah.
and it looks absolutely great. Congratulations. If you will have a tournament for tables, it's very nice you had this idea. This is a really nice and fine table. I'm also working into building some private tables myself. This one looks absolutely great as well. The one where you have the Gothic church and the town.
Yeah, it's Benjamin's table. The thing is, what I really love is that when people put so much effort and time into their models, the terrain should also, represent the same.
Yep.
And this picture of Helge's table with the furry grass really doesn't do it credit because it was really nice. It gives such a great feel when you play against your opponent on that table.
By the way, Chris, quick question: how did you play the tank obstacles on the town map, or was it just like scatter terrain to make it look nice?
I think they just played it as we agreed that you should arrange with your opponent how you would play him, but I think they just called them short terrain bulletproof cover, maybe a cross check. I think.
Yeah.
Like the tram right here in the middle.
Yeah, it's short terrain, I think.
Oh, by the way, talking about trams, I think I have somewhere 4 trams hidden.
Yeah.
They're at the local club. I bought them from one of the guys like 6 months ago and still haven't had the time to pick it up. I've been to the club playing though, but do I ever remember that they're there?
No. I see this is a Russian list with SU 76s. I don't know who's playing it.
I think it's Anders, the guy who won the tournament. It's his list.
This one?
Yeah, it's got Valentine's and T70s on it. So.
Yeah.
Which one?
The one with
the city map.
Yeah.
So on the city map, yeah, because the Churchills, the Panthers I can see right there. The T75s, T70s, and Valentine's. Exactly. Oh yeah, he had Valentine's also. Valentine's also, I think, they are a good unit to have. I see an U.S. list. How did the U.S. list, Stewart's list? How did it do?
He did quite well. The last game that decided whether Sander, as he's called, the guy who became best German, would get that particular award, was decided in the game against that US list. And in the last turn, I think they played 12 turns or something. It all came down to some 3+ rolls, whereas the US list could just have as well won. Remember, he played against Sander, the guy with 5 Panthers in reserve, but he used a lot of smoke. Jesper, the guy who played this US list, and just went dash full throttle towards the enemy because the stewards are so fast. And then when the smoke clears on his own turn, he's able to shoot,
Yeah, but
and remove a lot of, because the meta now is that a lot of, in my opinion, is that a lot of people have armored cars if they play Germans. So the stewards really have a field day when they are faced against those particular lists, and he had the long toms to to kill
I see he has 2 units of the old
just go through the pictures meanwhile we talk to you.
80. They have all the gun carriages. I don't remember the 75 I think or 76 mils that the Americans had with bombardment and 80 tank.
Yeah, I think from Fortress Europe, I think he made his list with some stuff from that. Or if they were proxies, at the top of my head, I can't remember too, but I think they are made of from some stuff from Fortress Europe. But he did quite well, yes, but this is not his ETC list. It's just something he wanted to test out because he just loved the Stuart tank.
Like me. As also, I mean, I love the stewards and I like to play a stewards list. The only problem is that they have nothing to play against the Churchills right now. So basically, that stopped me into the, yeah, I can see the very, very nicely painted and well made rivers, and
Yeah.
that's a great effort to do that. And they look absolutely great. This
And
map look very, very nice.
Yeah. The thing is, you know, when you play a red versus blue tournament, the US can do just fine. But if you play like a blue and blue, they might have some trouble. But this year, look at it. He also made a small pontoon bridge. I think he bought it from Gale Force 9. I think they make those. I'm not completely sure. But
Yeah,
it's
very
really nice.
I can see this is your Helge fight. You are deploying right here your Achilles in the forest.
Yeah, and I did that because I was so scared of the tigers showing up, and by placing them in the forest, I could keep them there in the middle of the table, and then, you know, commit as soon as I knew where all of his ambushes were and where his tigers were coming. And as you can see, the field has a commanding point of view all over the table, so I have to be a bit delicate about how I deploy.
I can see some Germans wearing red and white bandanas. Are these supposed to be
I think they're Hitler Youth.
Hitler Youth, yeah? Really, really nicely painted.
It's Benjamin's miniatures.
Really nicely painted. This list, Churchills and Panthers. Look at those Panthers. Wow, really nice painting also here. And the early Churchills from Fortress Europe, the T-70s, the old Battlefront T-70s.
Benjamin Jens says that he actually 3D printed the bridge, so that's quite nice.
Yep.
Don't think it was.
So double Stuart, Soren is saying, double Stuart formation from Fortress Europe with mortars and T-30s and D-Day support.
Yeah.
All right. I've seen eight tank destroyers, and I didn't understand it. Where did it came from? Because you can only take one as support, from what I know.
Yeah, but he might buy the other ones from Fortress Europe. I don't know. We checked all the lists, and they were all allowed.
ETC rating?
No, not ETC ready. The tournament was made for the Battlefront rules.
All right.
Because the ETC team, yes, we'd like to play with our games with the ETC rules, but it shouldn't, you know, concern other players that just want to come and play with the minis that they want. So when I'm hosting a tournament, and because Morten just copied my schedule for the tournament, we chose to go through with the Battlefront rules. But as you can see here, this is also Jens's table, and you know, it's such a great table also with the little pieces of gravel all over the place and stuff like that. This is Anders, the guy who won the tournament, actually, and the picture right now.
Nice.
Wearing the Danish ETC shirt. And something that is really cool, I forgot all about telling you guys, is that, you know, in the army you get ribbons to represent your medals if you have a lot of them, because it's easier to fit on your uniform. So what Jesper did, the guy who played the US list, the tank destroyer list with all the Stuarts, he 3D printed some ribbons for us, and it's going to be like this in the future, that each tournament you participate in will have its own ribbon, and if you won the tournament, you have a golden edge, and second place silver, and third bronze, and if you're the TO of the tournament, you have.
So you get participation ribbons like the Swedish and US armies.
Yeah. And then if you win, you get a golden edge, and if you're the TO, you have a checkered flag on the ribbon. It's quite nice.
Nice, really nice idea. Is he? I think it's him here in the picture, wearing a Romanian t-shirt.
Yeah, that's Morten. Yeah, and as you can see on his shirt on his right side, there's a little ribbon, and that's his TO ribbon for this particular event. And
Nice.
then Jesper, the guy who made the ribbons, he also made a little box that you can secure to your shirt, and then you can click in all the different ribbons when you get enough, you know, like a big 4-star general. So that's just a fun gimmick that we made.
Very nice, very nice. It just gives you more incentive to come to a tournament and just to have something to remember the experience right there. Now
Yeah.
I see these poor 2-2-2s and 2-2-3s facing up Valentine's. Whoa, that can't come with any good results for the Germans.
Yeah.
And I really like the pictures. Who took them?
It was Benjamin, the guy who made the table with the church on.
Benjamin, who's in the chat right
The
now
chat
with
on.
us. Yeah,
Yeah.
really nice pictures, my friend. If you ever decide to change your workplace, you have a place into my company.
Yeah. The thing is, Benjamin is actually, he has a degree in journalism and history, so he's the perfect guy to take pictures at events. You know.
Oh, right. Now I understand that. I can see your Churchills going around Stumus right here. I think this is your game against Helge.
Let me see. No, because I didn't have any Churchills in my list. Oh, the average prep probably
The
took some
Crocs.
pictures. The Crocs, yeah, yeah. They're slowly. They were close enough to the objective, but they couldn't contest. And you can see my carriers that tried to push through the forest,
Yeah.
and I had a lot of a shootout with Helge's Stummels, and each round I fired 18 HMG shots, 50 cal shots into the
Stummels.
Stummels, yeah, and I managed to bail him a lot, but because they're SS, when I double bailed him, they never run away. So I had a lot of troubles, handling those. And in the end, I tried to push through with the areas to get up near the objective and stay gun to ground there, and just try and give him more targets to kill for me to gain another turn, so the rest of my forces could reach him. But it was a close game, and if Helge just had killed that area, he would have won.
All right. Now let's see this one. I have some nice objectives right here. Really, really nice. It makes me want to play a game or two. Watching all
I
these
think
pictures.
if it's some nice real life objective, not the flat ones, it's Claes, the guy who we borrowed the location from. No, this is Michael Rask who made those objectives for his Russians, and they're really nice. They've hung a traitor that didn't want to fight,
Yep.
and these.
Oh, that 88 is awesome.
Yeah, and you know what? There's some laundry hanging off the barrel.
Makes sense. Might
really...
fly off when you start using it, but
really nice. Come on, this is really nice. Nice work right here. I can see there's 188 who's mounted on the chassis with the wheels.
That's a really cool one.
Really cool one also. I don't think
This
they were
is
able to fire them all, but still very, very nice.
This is the army that won best painted, and it was fair and square that Claes won because his army is really nice, and he does a lot of conversions. Instead of buying new models, he just had some spare barrels, and he scratch built that little house with the guns sticking out. With the laundry on and everything, so he's very good at converting things, which is actually quite difficult in Flames of War because
in such small
what
scale.
is there to convert? Yeah, and he managed to make like a great looking army. It's really nice. This is his reconnaissance list, and he had some Panzer IV.
Nice, really nice, really nice.
Looks as well. Yeah.
Yeah, House of
And
Angus.
you can see it's
Yeah, say, my friend. I already changed the pictures. We're zooming through the others, and
yeah.
these are some
But it's
universal
yeah.
carriers. Who had this universal carrier list? It's not
Which
yours.
one?
We're showing off one right now.
Oh, I think it's I think it's Thomas, the guy with the stomach ache.
Oh, the guy who
I
came
helped.
later.
Yeah, it's an infantry list. Yeah, I helped him build his list because he's quite new to the game.
Mm-hmm.
So he contacted me on Facebook, and I helped him out build a list that could withstand something because he wanted to play infantry. So I said to him, then you should go for defense because otherwise I think he didn't have enough armored half tracks or kangaroos to move forward his infantry. So I said you should try and make your list defend. And he had a game against Benjamin where Benjamin was very unlucky. And at one point he rolled, he shot at him with a lot of 6-pounders in close range, and I think he had to throw the dices, and out of 9 dices he got 6 ones, I think. So sometimes shit happens.
Sometimes it happens, yeah.
Yeah, that
Nice,
was Thomas. Yeah.
nice. Now let's see, what's this? It's a hat. Woo, Totenkopf hat. Really nice. You had some costumes right there.
Yeah. But this is also Benjamin's table, I think we're looking at now with the copperstone road. And yeah, this is Thomas and Benjamin's game, I think, where they also had to fight the mission where the reserves arrive in.
Breakthrough.
Yeah, no, not breakthrough, where the reserves of the defender arrives in the rear of the attack. And Thomas is a new guy to the game, so he hadn't really understood the mission correctly. So instead of starting in with all of his armor, because Benjamin has a lot of armor, he misjudged what to start with on the table. Because there was a long way through the town to get his armor into position. But I think he had a great game, and we were really glad that he showed up. He had to drive like 350 kilometers to participate, and prior to playing, he had to go to the doctors. So we gave him a round of applause just for showing up.
Yeah. I know how it is to run everything. Oh, I can see T-34 85s. Nice. What happened to this list, I wonder?
But yeah, I think Michael, the guy that played it, is he plays British, and I think he played the list wrong, as he said. He was too aggressive with it. I don't know. I don't think he has the smoke card where you can smoke up everything or make your own luck. I don't think he brought that. I can't remember, to be frank. But he said to me that he played it too aggressively.
He finished last, mistakes. Benjamin is saying.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah. So it only happens to me to lose to these T-34 85s.
Yeah, but as Søren has been advocating, the guy in the chat as well from Iceland, as he's been advocating, he believes in a lot of local meta. I don't know if it's Scott that said it. I think Søren also has been saying it. A lot of local meta.
I would say that exists. Local meta exists.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And you have to adjust your lists regarding to the local meta, and then when you go to DTC, you have to make some assumptions whether you should bring certain lists.
Yeah, in some sort of way, I think the next ATC will be different from the other ATCs we had before, because we were able to go and meet each other in different tournaments and see each other's lists and see what crosses people's minds, and see what they will probably bring to the ATC, and how they play certain units. And now with all this COVID thing, I think we'll be missing this, and probably if the ATC happens, and I really hope it happens, we'll probably find us with very weird lists that nobody came prepared for or nobody was imagining. And then I think it will be pretty interesting, and I think we will see a lot of changes into the let's say the way people play the game and the way people manage to come up with. I can see here some really nice Achilles. Are these yours?
But these ones are not finished. And in regards to that, I don't know if you should talk about the painting stuff. Me and Ludi were supposed to have for this.
I'm sorry. I've got nothing this week.
Yeah.
Since I mean last week hobby wise was the last week has been kind of lost hobby wise, so haven't. This is actually the first time I'm sitting down
and thinking about Flames of War.
That I've actually touched a brush for what did I did a touch up of 15 minutes on some BA minis. That's the most I've painted for a week. So.
But see, I sent you some pictures on WhatsApp because these ones are not the finished pictures actually.
Right. Yeah.
They just sanitized their hands prior to this picture, by the
way. Really nice. Congratulations to the winner. Congratulations to you guys for organizing the tournament, and I'm really happy everything turned up the way you wanted, and you had a lot of fun. I know you told me that you were completely tired when you came from the tournament, but I'm sure it well deserved it, because it looks like you had a lot of fun. You had some really nice and great tables out there, and congratulations, guys. I mean, I know it's not something very easy to organize. We plan also to have our tournament here in Romania in October. We will see when it will be able to be a go through. I have them right now on the screen. Your Achilles from WhatsApp. I think they are already finished. These are the finished variant, and they look absolutely great. Don't mind me saying if I cannot see any kind of difference between the first picture I've shown and this one.
This is because
the difference is massive.
Really?
Yep.
Am I just blind?
Yeah, the thing is, I finished them today actually, because I also had to do a bit more of weathering, and I had to give them some matte varnish because they were too shiny.
I think the matte varnish is the one I can observe also, but other than that, my friend.
Yeah, and then I did some extra additional. A bit more washing and highlighting on the Hessian camo because it was too dull on those pictures. So this is the finished ones.
Yeah, I can see the hash already transforming everything.
Yeah. And then I went to the hobby store today. Actually, me and the missus went downtown, and I bought some very tiny string to make the ropes for the storage on the back of the tank. And these are the finished models that and as you can see the 50 cal gun, I've put him on in such a fashion that you can turn the turret, and then
he can fire the 50 cal.
No, he'll be standing at the rear of the tank, but in gaming regards, you can turn the turret.
As it is here,
without him. Yeah.
Exactly. Really nice, my friend. I'm used to this. This this is the quality I'm expecting from you. I mean, I can't see you guys painting anything less than this.
Yeah, but it's because, as you know,
maybe we should really scare Tio sometime. Just go with the. I don't know what would be the minimum we could go for.
I don't know.
Contrast paints.
Yeah, I'll you should know what could be really cool, Goody, is for you to make an entire contrast army for the ETC,
Oh, no.
play with it through the tournament, and then in the end, prior to the judgment of the armies, just bring out your real army.
But what's wrong with contrast armies?
There's nothing wrong with contrast. It's just people, when they paint with contrast, they forgot to put in the medium, Lamian medium thinner, because they just splash on the contrast paint, and it's too thick, and it looks to me it looks too obvious that it's contrast. Yeah, and if you use the thinner for the contrast paint, it can give you really nice results. And I can see that everybody shouldn't use or spend as much time as Søren or Duty or I use on the miniatures, and then contrast paint is just great. It's sent from heaven, but I would encourage people to use the Lamian medium to thin their paints a bit more, because otherwise it's gonna pool too heavy on the miniature.
Yeah, we should do a crush painting technique show at a moment, and you just show me guys what's the difference between painting let's say a vehicle with contrast paint and painting it with normal paints, let's say, and maybe the technique to use the contrast paint correctly, because I'm interested into that. If it does the job fast, I'm up for it.
Yeah.
I mean spray canning my models and then varnishing them, that's how I run the show right now, because yeah, American tanks don't require that much attention. But
but you get a long way also with a dry brush on your miniatures.
I'm brushing. Yeah, of course I'm dry brushing my vehicles, because I like to use some wearing and some tearing on them, just to give them some personality. But other than that, I think that's the only moment when I'm going into details for trying to paint something out and try to show something out exclusively.
But I can say once again, I can only recommend getting this book. Me and Ludi was talking about it last time, but this book here is worth every penny, and it's made in such a fashion that you can really improve your painting skills by following the steps in this book. And he's a personal friend of Ludi's, and the way this is made is really nice. It's for both expert, intermediate, and beginners, and it can really improve your painting a lot. Especially also when you, for instance, let's say, want to do weathering, people often tend to overdo it, but in this book it's shown how to do it fitting for the scale. This here. So that's really nice.
I should try to get that book from somewhere.
You can, I think, yeah, you can find it on Ammo's webpage.
Right, Ammo's webpage. Right, I just send me the link, because I want to try some painting. I have two projects into my mind. So one is to finish up my U.S. Army, which probably I will take to the local tournament. And the second one is building a private table. House of Hengis committed to the fact that he will help me out with building the terrain for it. I've seen some absolutely incredible looking tables with you guys at the tournament, so I will just with Jens probably get to have some private talks and see what he used, for example, for the roads and for the river and for everything. I mean, I tried myself to make a lake, for example, and I'm one of those guys that saves up foam from TVs, you know,
Yeah, boxes. Yeah,
TV
yeah.
boxes and everything. And I use a lot of recycled materials for my tables. They don't look great at all, but then in the end, I don't get to give them the finish I'm going for. So basically, I think I could do better. And yeah, it's a challenge for myself. I think everybody should have this kind of challenges, like you have yours to paint your British Army to perfection. I mean, if you ask me, you're already spending way too much time, and you are lucky that ETC got postponed, because now you have
Yeah.
enough time to paint your universal carriers.
Yeah, I think if we were the ETC were held as it should this August, I would have been, you know, isolating myself even more in my upper room, and then probably the missus wouldn't have loved that. But it's just something that
I think all the misses.
relaxes me, and also, you know, I listen to a lot of audiobooks for the anecdotes. For instance, all the stuff I know is from a lot of historical books that I listen to meanwhile I'm paint. Sometimes I don't know if me and Ludi have done like a what's it called, like a Skype meet where we've just been sitting chatting, you know, talking about everyday stuff, army life, because we're both veterans, painting, you know, encouraging each other, and I think painting, it shouldn't be felt like as a burden. To me, it's a way of, you know, calming my mind down, and it really
Same
helps
here.
me relax.
It's decompression, and yeah, when you combine a small session of Skype, it's basically just hanging out with your buddies.
Exactly.
Painting.
Grab a beer and
Grab a beer, yeah, bottle of wine or something, and just relax and
relax.
enjoy the paintings. Righty, Christian, you brought the anecdote into the conversation,
Yes.
or was it just me?
No. The anecdote is here,
It's here.
but today the anecdote is not going to be followed up by pictures and stuff, because I had a lot of problems, you know,
Put up
getting all this stuff.
the link to the book on the stream.
All right,
Yeah.
perfect.
But today I'm going to talk about some things, some historical facts that is like hardcore facts that people might not know. And the first thing is that during the war, there was something called the Red Ball Express. And the thing is, the way people organize their logistical stuff for the army is more key than anything else when you are waging a war on big scale. The army called Bradley was in charge of most of the U.S. forces in Normandy. He had Patton under him. He said that, and I quote, "Amateurs talk tactics and professionals talk logistics." And by that I mean, if you're running an army, you remember last time a few shows back I talked about Deuce and a Half that saved, you know, the Russian Operation Bagration. The way the Germans, you know, had their reserves arriving, all the logistical stuff arriving, were through trains especially, and also different vehicles such as trucks and horse-drawn carts. But the Americans, they had something called the Red Ball Express, which was basically because they had a long line of supplies running from Normandy, especially from the beaches, because they built something called the Mulberry Bridges that were ferried over and sunk down near the coast, so they could have a facility to offload all of their equipment. But they didn't capture any harbors like Sherbrooke or Arnhem before later in the war, so they had to rely on that Mulberry Bridge to bring on all their stuff, and they were relying on trucks to get all the stuff to the front. And the fact in this is that they needed also to have fuel for all of their armies and all of their vehicles because they were waging, an industrial war where they rather want more equipment than men. And the Germans had a bigger army than the Allies combined in Normandy at the beginning of the campaign because they needed a lot of hands to handle all of the equipment. But what the Allies did was that they actually built a pipeline. This is the first undersea pipeline that was built in the world, where they tried out new different materials that could handle the pressure, on the bottom of the English Channel. So they could pump fuel all the way from England to Normandy. And to give you an idea of how much fuel they needed, Patton's Third Army, and that's only his Third Army, that consists of a lot of corps and stuff, they had to use 579,000 gallons a day to fuel his Third Army. But the Red Wall Express, even though they drove the trucks bumper to bumper 24/7, they were only managing to give him 59,000 gallons a day. So the fuel was always in shortage for the Allies as well as for the Germans, especially before they actually captured a real harbor to offload all of this stuff. But because fuel was so key, before they invaded Normandy, they had a lot of bombing missions in Normandy targeting all of the train hubs and all of the railroad cars with fuels, containing fuel. And they did that with mosquitoes and typhoons, and they had an entire operation only considering destroying German infrastructure to get the stuff to the front. And because they also had the air superiority, they couldn't travel the supplies by day, only by night. And the Allies managed to blow up so much fuel that the Germans, they didn't have time to refuel, and sometimes, they just sat still and they had to abandon the vehicles because they didn't have enough fuel. So to conclude, what I'm saying is that I think the way that Bradley sums it up by saying amateurs talk tactics, but professionals talk logistics. An army runs on its stomach, it needs fuel, and it needs ammunition.
Exactly.
In Normandy, they had in the Western Theater, the Americans had 3.5 million soldiers. But for every fighting man, there was 5 logistical guys. A guy talking in the radio, one doing all the medical stuff, one driving a truck, one cooking up food, and one taking care of all the burial stuff, sorting out people's bodies, sending home telegrams, finding out if there was been artillery barrage. Who was this guy? The only thing that's left is his boot. Can we assume that this guy is dead or missing in action? So there was a lot of logistical setup to run the Allies. And,
Nice.
and to sum it up again, just one final thought, is that if you have a large army, boots on the ground, like the Germans had, it's a picture of fact that they don't have enough equipment and don't have enough logistical support because most of the German infantry divisions were static infantry divisions in Normandy. They weren't able to move around or do, quick dislocation to another place that needed support.
Yeah,
It was only due to the fact that they fought in Normandy that the logistical problem weren't that big of an issue for the Germans in the beginning.
Yeah, basically because from what I know, the Germans were pretty much regrouping and rearming and training their divisions for the Eastern Front, and basically they just were taken by surprise to some consideration. And although they should have had a nice logistical setup, at least for France, for example, because you would expect somebody to invade you in France after running you around in Italy. but still they were under continuous bombardments, and I think that was the real strategy, destroying their supply lines and actually making the German war machine static, because it was shown during the World War II that every time the German machine played a static war, they lost. And actually this is what happens in version 4 right now. Whenever you have a static army, you lose. And unfortunately it goes a bit extreme, because it's very hard for somebody to defend. It just comes to maybe somebody being skilled and the one attacking not so skilled, and just plunging everything in front of cannons and stuff, you know. But otherwise, if you have a very good opponent that can know how to attack, I think that it's just a matter of turns before you get just broken down.
Yeah. One final thought is that maybe we should try and get Benjamin in the chat on one of the shows.
Yeah.
Because he has a history degree, and he's actually been writing a lot of articles, not only about World War II, but a lot of historical articles for freelance for a Danish history magazine.
Right.
And it could be cool that if Benjamin came on the show and did an anecdote, guest star anecdote, because him and I drove together to the tournament, and we talked a lot of history. And Benjamin is a very sharp mind and knows a lot of history. And
so he's the one preparing your anecdotes.
No. That's all by myself. It's all by myself. But it could be great to have Benjamin on the show. He has a lot of funny historical facts still, not only with World War II, but all matters of history. And I would love to have you on the show, Benjamin.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to have everybody in the chat with us at some point, and maybe this is one thing. It's a little bit challenging to talk on Skype. Yeah, he wants to find out new anecdotes. Actually, what I think he wants to do is he started this, and now he's running out of ideas and wants somebody to replace him.
No, I'll never run out of ideas.
He wants to pass the duty on somebody else's shoulders. But yes, no problem with that. Benjamin will be more than happy to have you with us. Also Soren, Patrick, and everybody else who's been with us since the beginning, and we would love to see and put a face behind that name, and probably talk with you about things that concern you, things that interest you into Flames of War. That being said, Lud, if you want to add something to the discussion, you're just fine with that. You've been a great listener. Sometimes best friends are those that can listen to you talking and ranting and doing all the talk, because I myself, I'm not such a good friend, because every time I hear somebody saying something, I have an opinion and I have the urge to express my opinion. Lud,
we're just babbling all the time, saying ridiculous stuff, and then whenever Lud speaks his mind, it's actually something subtle and clever that's coming out of his mouth.
Exactly, and basically, once he just points into my side that, hey, you've been talking rubbish for some time right now. You should change the topic.
Yeah.
All right,
That's
guys.
usually Christian, though.
What?
That's usually you, Christian. Sending messages on WhatsApp going like, let's change the topic.
Yeah, all right, guys. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to the next show we're going to have. I hope Mikael will be with us to present the 3D printing he's doing, and I hope Lud will be talking much more and addressing.
Well, I mean, let's see if I can make it next week, but I'll at least send you pictures from next Tuesday's
Perfect.
games.
Perfect,
So
perfect. And Christian, I think we're falling behind on some list building, so maybe just keep in mind and take into consideration building some lists or sharing with us some of the lists you guys played there at the Danish tournament. Also, I'll be filling you up with if anything happens with the Romanian tournament, and I will be watching everybody's activity and see what people are planning and what people are talking about in the Flames of War community. We currently have a group on Facebook that's talking about points for mid-war, and if we should do something as the community to point out to Battlefront to change something in the mid-war segment. It's a very interesting discussion. We haven't got to any conclusions just yet, but as soon as we get there, I will definitely share it with you guys. Yeah, Christian.
Yeah, the thing is, rumors going around that Chris from Battlefront, he wrote the other day on Facebook that Phil is putting the final touches to the lesson from the front 2020. So hopefully we'll get soon.
Hallelujah.
So that's the cliffhanger.
That will be something to talk about. That will be very, very, very nice. Although I am just as sure as I've been that they will not launch it this summer, the lessons from the front. I'm sure we will still have a lot of subjects to discuss upon and not seen in the lessons from the front. Although, make me wrong, do me wrong, show me wrong, because I would like to have a lessons from the front as compliant as possible. And once again, guys, stay safe, be true to your hobby, follow your painting techniques, and if you have if you feel the urge to distress yourself, paint something or build a list. Either way, it goes fine until we can just meet each other and have fun at tournaments all across the world. Thank you very much, and see you guys next time.